Welcome to DWBI Adda channel. Please subscribe for latest training videos.
So today we're going to talk about what is ABS volume and how you can attach one in your EC2 instance. Okay, so ABS volume is a durable block level storage device that you can attach to your instance. Okay, and you can use ABS volume as a primary storage for data that requires frequent updates, such as system drive for an instance or a storage for a database application. Okay, so it's a block storage device which is used to store your persistent data. Okay, so now let's go ahead and create one. Go to your EC2 and go to launch instance. We'll choose simple next to AMI. Okay, configure state. Okay, no problem. Add storage. Now we have one default root volume attached to the device, DV/XVDA, and it's 8 GB, and the volume type is general purpose provision. We can go for provision or magnetic also. Okay, so general purpose is mainly what we can say is cost effective storage volumes which are suitable for a broad range of workloads, whereas provision IOPS are storage volumes types that are used for intensive workloads, which involves higher IO query processing capabilities. Okay, and magnetic is standard. So we can either opt for deletion and termination and encryption also. Okay, now I'm gonna add another volume. Would be an EBS volume. Device would be SDB, no problem. So snapshot, because we have snapshot, we can create EBS from snapshot also, but we're gonna leave this, and I'm gonna give it 2 GB volume. Again, I can choose volume type. I'll choose general purpose, and deletion on termination I'll leave it to no. Okay, and also I can encrypt it using the KMS default KMS key provided by AWS. Okay, so now I'm gonna add tag for security system. I'll okay, launch. So our instance has been launched, and as you can see here, we have two block devices. One is root device, which is dev.xvda, and another one is the EBS volume which we have added. Okay, so now let's wait for the instance to be available. So right now I am in my EC2 instance, and if I type lsplk, okay, we can see that we have two devices. One is XVDA, another one is XVDB, and our XVDA, that is root volume, is mounted on a root, whereas XVDB is not yet mounted anywhere. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how we can mount our this 2 GB volume into our mount point. So we'll follow the documentation mentioned by AWS. Okay, how to mount, how to make an EBS volume available in your Linux. Okay, now we'll follow this documentation, and what it is saying is to sudo file -s. Okay, we'll do this to our XVDB. Oops, sorry. So we have sudo file -ss on dev xvdb. Okay, and the output is data. So what it is saying here, if the output shows simply data, then it means there is no file system in the device. Okay, that we already know. Okay, and so if the device has any data or file system in it, the output would be like this. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a file system on this device. I'll copy this. Okay, okay, so our we have mounted the file system. Now let's go ahead and create a directory where we will be mounting this our block device EBS volume. Cool. Now we'll mount it. data. Okay, so we have mounted our EBS volume to the data directory. Okay, now what, because it is not permanent, because if we reboot the mount, it will again unmount our block device. So what we can do, we can use this to do automatic mounting of our block device whenever we reboot our EC2 instance. Okay, so I'm gonna copy it. Meanwhile, if I do lsblk, now here we can see that now our device has been mounted on data. Okay, so now to make it permanent, I'll first of all copy my fstab directory file, and then I'll do this. It's not completely necessary to do this. This is to get the UID, which we will be doing in our, which will be entering in our fstab directory. Okay, now open our fstab directory, copy. Okay, so this is our fstab directory file. Now let me enter our values. UUID is equal to the one which we have copied. Okay, now mount directory is data, file system was XFS, and for this I'm gonna just copy the default value. Cool. Okay, so now if we do sudo ls, this one, remember earlier we have got the output as data because there was no file system, but now let's do it again. And then now here we can see that XFS file system has been mounted on our EBS volume. Okay, you can also unmount it like this, and you can do sudo umount data. Okay, so again our block device is again available, and it has not been mounted on any directory. So I hope you get to understand what is EBS volume and how you can create and attach one to your EC2 instance. Thank you so much for this lecture. We'll see you in the next one.